Hi, everyone.
Yeah.
How's it going?
I'm Sony,
Drew, Andrew, Don.
and this is Thompson Talk, where we.
Keep Christmas trees up all year round because you don't have to take it down if you don't want to.
Your kids like it, don't they? This is actually Andrew's reality.
Yeah, no, it's still up. It's still up.
And you don't have
And
any
we
cats that are going to pull it down or.
just the 2-year-old that's gonna
Yeah.
destroy and make shanks out of the broken ornaments.
Oh, goodness. Well, it is another Thompson Tuesday today. And since last week's episode was such a doozy, we cut it in half. So this episode is B for.
Bad behavior.
Yep. Bad to
Mhm.
the bone. We had a lot. We had a lot to say. We've still got more to say, so we saved some stuff for you.
Yeah, we didn't think that a 30-minute episode
No bueno.
would be what you guys wanted, especially since there's a lot of spring festivities and stuff like that. Derby just passed, so happy belated Derby and Oaks to everybody that finally got to come out, after being locked up from COVID. Finally got to go to Derby parties and go celebrate and go to the track, or just go to friends' houses and you know make poor decisions, lose some money. Good
Yes.
job, guys.
All those
Yeah.
people who are finally coming out. Hallelujah. Okay, without further ado, part two. So to be fair, now I'm going to say divulge a little bit. Um, when I was in middle school, I got called to the principal's office. Well, I was tough. Like I was raised, my brother's a year and a half older than I am. My dad got us boxing gloves. I knew how to box. I knew how to fight, knew how to wrestle. And I was tough. And one girl came to me and she was like, this, girl is trying to hit on my boyfriend. And I was like, I'm going to write her threatening, I'm going to beat your ass or whatever. They got the note down in the principal's office and they called me and they're like, hey, we're going to call the cops on you. You can't threaten anybody. I was like, yeah, bullying's not, I totally get it. Another time I got called to the principal. I had been drinking. This is middle school still. I had been drinking, like I'd see the school bus come around. We lived in the country club area, see the school bus coming. And I had my mom, your Grams, had a whole bunch of little bottles of, not little bottles, but bottles of alcohol. And I'd take little bits of each so that you couldn't tell. And I'd put it into a pint jar. And I'd see the bus come in. I'd be like, gunk, 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 gunk. It was terrible, but it got
Yeah.
me a buzz. I was going to beat this girl's ass after school one day. And so I'd taken a bag and I had 4 Schlitz malt liquor bull beer bottles and a pair of brass knuckles. And I brought it to school. And there was in a little side pocket, there was a little bit of weed that I'd gotten stole from my mom's, from Graham's drawer that she didn't know. So, yes, I'm airing this. So I found out, or I knew that they were kind of onto me because I'd been drinking. So a girl who was close to my locker had, close to the last name T. I don't remember who it was, but I was like, hey, can you hold, this bag with the beers, whatever, in your locker until the end of school? And she told one of her friends who was afraid that she was going to get in trouble. So she ratted me out. So I got called down to the principal's office and they were like, where did you get these? We have these beer here. And I'm like, they're my mom's. I got them. She didn't give them to me. I stole them from the basement. I called them, but they'd never looked inside the side pouch and saw the marijuana. Because I told, they were like, we can call the police right now. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
See, that's the difference between yesteryear's weed and the weed of today. They would have smelled that shit today.
Yeah.
Unless you got some Reggie, but if you got some good today, you can smell that.
In 9th grade, I went to court for truancy and had unsupervised probation for the end of the year because I thought that I was going to run away to Texas with a girlfriend, Mickey, who I had at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I hawked my brand new $700 saxophone for $50. And it was like, I don't know what day of the week it was, but Mickey and I skipped like 3 days of school and we're like, "Oh, they're gonna be on to us." So we called in and pretended we were each other's moms. "We're sick today," or "They're sick," you know? And
Yeah.
that's how they found out because it was definitely not the moms calling in. And here's Graham's because we were like at this little pool hall, or it was like, pinball and stuff like that, that was
Hmm.
like a block away from the school. And there's Grams with her looking in the window. And she saw me behind the bar because the guy who worked there let us in even when it was closed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, totally busted. They found our suitcases, and I went back to the pawn shop, and I was like, "Listen, I'm not, I need my saxophone back. Here's your $50." And he was like, "Well, I'm selling it for 80 now. You're gonna have 30 days to come up with 30 more dollars." And I was like, "Okay." And I never did, and I never went back. So he had a saxophone, and he had the $50 that he gave.
Hate that.
So that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. I think the scariest part is that, like, you've always said that I was not good at getting away with stuff. You know what I mean? You're like, why do you even act out? Because you just never get away with it. Believe you me, I got away with a lot.
You did?
For every one thing that you found out about, there was, you know, X amount more that you didn't. So
Wow, there was a lot of things that you didn't.
yeah, I was bad. I don't know why. I was
No,
beat
it
for
was your
bad.
behavior that was bad.
No,
It's not.
sometimes kids need to be told they're bad as hell. I was bad, but I wanted to be. I wanted to be bad, you know. I thought that that made me cool and it impressed the people that I wanted to be friends with. And
Yeah,
so, you know, I lived that life. I walked that line, and I realize now that I'm 25, that that shit isn't cool.
yeah. Once upon a time when Andrew got to be bigger than me, where I guess he was grounded, he didn't have any of his privileges, didn't have his phone, and he came into my room, "Give me my phone." And I was like, 911. Hello, there's this, 5'10", 200 pound, and I
Yeah.
need a police officer here. And so Andrew took off. He went to checked himself into the safe place, but
Well, no. So I had wanted to check myself into the safe place, and you're like, fine, go ahead. And I said,
give
can I
me
have
my
my phone?
phone.
Yeah, give me my phone so that I can call them. And you're like, nope, nope. You gotta find your own way. Find your own way to call them. Find your own way to get over there. And so yeah, I was just like, give me my phone.
Yeah, like posing, or what is it where get up,
I
yeah.
did I?
That's why I called 911. I was like,
Yeah,
uh-uh.
that's some punk ass shit.
So I think at the worst of the worst, I put a beyond control warrant out for Andrew, and he
The
almost
BCP.
became a ward of the state. Almost became a ward of the state, by
Saving
something that was
graces. I
pretty.
went to school.
Yep, and yeah, that was pretty crazy.
They're like, how much school is he missing? You said none. He has perfect attendance. They're like, okay.
That's that's the worst thing for a kid with really, really bad behavior to have perfect attendance. Every year, at the end, from the time of, elementary, especially elementary years, right? Where they have
Mhm.
their awards at the end of perfect speller. Andrew was always perfect attendance. He might not have had any other awards, but he was always there. Andrew would say to me, "This is the day, this is called National Skip Day. Everybody's going to skip." And I would say, "Except you. You
Yeah.
will be there."
Even with like my senior year, I don't count high school as like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior because it went off credits. Um, but like what would be my senior year in high school, I was like, it's National Skip Day. I had my own car, and I know people will give me the blues for not just skipping and saying fuck it, but mama didn't play that shit. I would definitely get my phone taken away, and she'd take my car away. Like that's where I laid my head at night. I didn't want to fucking get in trouble, so I'd be like, hey, there's no point in me going today. It's National Skip Day. everybody is going to be gone. And you said, well, it
You'll
should
be
be
there.
easy day then.
You'll be there.
You're like, should be an easy day then. Yeah. If there's no one else in class, then, or if it was like the end of the school year and it's like the last week of school, and parents are keeping their kids home, or some kids have already left to go on their family trips or whatever, I'm be like, can I please stay home? Like they're only watching movies. They're just watching movies until, and you'd be like, oh, it's relaxing. Just go watch the movies. I was never allowed to stay home
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Even during the summer, I had no trust, no faith.
Well, like you just said, you got away with, well, the stuff that you did.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
probably a good
yeah,
it's probably good. I feel sorry for your teachers, but,
yeah.
when you said that
It's
you had, when you had your car, there was a couple of things that I definitely that stand out for me is the day that I came home and there was the sheriff that showed up on the door and
it
said,
was a
"You
detective.
a detective, that you have a license
Yeah.
plate number da 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 of this car," and I'm like, "No, but that's my son's." So there was a hit and run. So yeah, I don't know what your
I was with my oldest son's mom and her dad. Her dad was driving his truck, and I was driving an '85 Caprice Classic, and we pulled up to the park, and I, pulled into a parking spot, but I wasn't used to driving a big box Chevy, and so I scraped against another car, and I backed out and pulled into a different parking space, and I sat there, and her dad pulled up next to me and was like, yeah, so maybe we should go to a different park. I said, okay. And
didn't leave a
yeah,
note, didn't even
we had
pretend to leave a note.
we yeah, a couple, and then like a week later, we were at the movies, and I get out of the movie and turn my phone on, and I had like 20 missed calls from you. You're like, where are you? Get your ass home now. There is a J Town police detective looking for you. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
Damn, Sam, bam, ma'am, damn.
Okay, thanks everyone for hanging around for this part 2. We hope that, you
We appreciate you guys. I just want to go on record and say that I really appreciate you guys, for the people that tune in every episode, every week, and listen to what we have to talk about. And I know that some may kind of frown on this being the same as last week, to an extent. So I want you to go down below in the comment section, or at our email. What is that email again? What is
Thompson
that?
Talk Podcast at gmail.com.
That's right. And YouTube, Thompson Talk. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification bell so you never miss an upload. And then go down in that comment box and tell us what your favorite story was from the 2 episodes. If you liked the first episode more than the second, or the second more than the first, let us know. Give us some feedback.
We
And
still want to hear
forget,
how bad you guys have been.
don't forget to tell us your dirt too. If we're going to air ourselves
It's
out, we
fair.
need you to go ahead.
It's fair.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Take care. Be good. Until
Take
next
care.
week.
See you later.